Traveling can be overwhelming for anyone, but especially families with babies and young kiddos. And here with tips on how to get through the holiday season travel seamlessly is Dr. Whitney Casares with Gerber. Dr. Whitney Casares, how are you? It's so great to speak to you this morning.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just start with this basics. Why can it be a challenge to travel with a baby?
Yeah, it can be challenging because there are so many unknowns, and also because babies get out of their routines easily, toddlers get out of their routines, and it can make it really stressful. But it's actually pretty easy to help you and your entire family by making sure that you're offering a good variety of foods, trying to have as much rest as possible, and then taking those moments for yourself to decompress whenever possible.
Yeah, and I'm excited because we're going to get into more specifics here. So is there a specific age a child reaches that we should start considering traveling, or how do we know when that time has come?
Yeah, so generally speaking, between 6 weeks to 2 months of age is the recommendation right after they've had that first set of vaccinations. But you can always check with your child's peditrician to make sure that it meets whatever your child specifically needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when traveling, whether it's an airplane, the car, a train, or whatever you're traveling in, what meals and snacks do you recommend for parents and caregivers to have on standby for those kiddos?
Yes, wholesome snacks and meals are of ultimate importance, especially for the littlest travelers. And when your baby is really young, of course, formula or breast milk are the best options. But once they're able to have solid foods, I love Gerber puffs because they're made with whole grains and they include essential vitamins and nutrients. I'm also a big fan of Gerber pouches because they have real fruits in them, including superfoods like blueberries. So parents can know that they're still offering those delicious, nutritious foods and feeding the rainbow, but without the mess and the headaches or the preparation that comes with making your own food at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And nutrition is important while still giving them a proper snack throughout the day. So, Dr. Caceres, I know that a goal for the child while traveling is to kind of console them or maybe even keep them distracted. So is there any toys that you recommend to kind of achieve this?
So for the littlest kiddos, I recommend teethers or rattles because those you can easily clean and also they're compact. You can put them in your bags pretty easily. And then for older kids, plushies or loveys can be helpful, especially when kids have ear discomfort when they're on the ascent in an airplane or when they're descending. One really important thing when you're thinking about feeding your kids or giving your kids toys is to make sure that there are no choking hazards.
Mm.
When you're feeding your kids in transit, especially, you want to make sure that they are seated, they're supervised, and they're in a safe environment for feeding.
Yeah, absolutely. Safety first always, right? Now,
Mhm.
a little one's sleep schedule is so vital, as we know. So how do we maintain or manage that while on the road?
Yeah. So one thing is set your expectations appropriately, right? You're going to be traveling, especially if you're going in a different time zone. Your child might get off a little bit on their sleep schedule, and that's okay. But try your hardest to maintain routine. So putting your child to sleep at the same time every night and then waking them up at the same time once you get to your destination. Also, if you're planning on having your child sleep in a portable crib, you can actually practice having them sleep in that portable crib 3 days or so before you go on the trip. So that way they're used to that environment. Also, thank goodness, now we have white noise machines that can travel along with us.
Yeah, absolutely. The white noise machines really are lifesavers. Now, Dr. Caceres, how can people get more information and learn more about everything that we've discussed?
Yes, go to gerber.com/parent talk. They have a ton of information about feeding littles, but also a lot of information about all the things we just talked about, all things parenting.
Perfect. Dr. Caceres, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. And for all those parents out there, best of luck traveling with your kiddos this holiday season.